Hello and welcome to Eye on the Industry, an AIM presentation designed to help you in your quest to find ways of managing your information and processes more effectively and efficiently. I'm Bob Larrivee, Director of Custom Research at AIM. I've been asked many times about extending SharePoint use within an organization, and I'll typically respond by acknowledging that there are many ways to do this, one of which is to look at what you have in place. There is a tendency to look for additional tools outside without consideration of those tools you have already bought and could implement. So as the title of this segment says, Extending SharePoint? Consider your current ECM system. AIM research shows that more than 50% of organizations use SharePoint for ECM and document management, but that for nearly half of those, it's neither their only nor their main ECM system. They are quite likely, up to 59%, to be using one of the top 4 traditional ECM systems alongside SharePoint, albeit that there may actually be no connection between the two systems. We also know that SharePoint was often adopted initially for its collaboration and intranet functions, and that content management functionality has often been deployed subsequently, creating some strategic confusion around ongoing use of existing ECM platforms. We also know that despite the addition of new features in the 2013 version of SharePoint, the majority of users are still opting for third-party add-on products to enhance ECM functionality or fix shortcomings within the standard product. Our research shows that popular add-on or companion products include Workflow and Process Management, where 42% indicate they are using or planning to use this, Storage and Archive Management, where 41% indicated they are using or planning to use, Records Management and Governance products, where 36% indicate using or planning to use, and Integrated Scanning and Capture products, where 30% indicated using or planning to use these products. A few things to consider when looking at extending SharePoint is that most of the major ECM system vendors offer a very capable two-way connector that lets users of either system access content in the other in a relatively seamless way. When you look at SharePoint, it provides a flexible and readily distributed interface that can be used as a portal to content and records held on the traditional ECM system and potentially to other repositories too. Also consider this. Your existing or longer-lived systems may well have more mature information structure when it comes to metadata and taxonomy policies that are in place, and these can be usefully aligned into SharePoint. Finally, most traditional ECM suites will have robust and standards-compliant records management modules that can underlie both SharePoint and other enterprise systems such as ERP. So you see, what I'm talking about here is coexistence between SharePoint and your existing ECM system or systems. If you really want to extend SharePoint in your organization, this may well be a way to do so and increase the value of the ECM-related investments you have already made. So here are a few things you may want to do now. First, review your SharePoint deployment regarding original expectations and unused potential. Did it do what you expected, and are there ways you can increase your return with what you have? Next, catalog areas where you see or have seen the need for additional functionality or local customization. This is where you'll be looking to add on, but it is also where you might be able to find benefit from your existing ECM system's capabilities. Finally, take particular care in the areas of BPM, archive management, security and governance, and records management. These are all areas where the more traditional players and existing ECM installations have become stronger, and where you might gain substantial benefit as a result of using the available connectors to access that functionality. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and I invite you to visit the AIM website at www.aim.org/research to download a free copy of our white paper titled Extending SharePoint, Consider Your Existing ECM System. Once there, feel free to browse through the many white papers and research studies AIM has developed and made available for you. If you'd like to contact me directly, I can be reached by email at blarrivee@aim.org and found on Twitter and LinkedIn as Bob Larrivee.